Hi there, welcome. This is going to be a restorative practice. It's going to last somewhere in the realm of 30 minutes. There's a track that I'm playing just very quietly in the background that if you would like to add to enhance this experience, you can. It's a track called Immunity by John Hopkins, and you can find this and all of my playlists on my Spotify account. There's my dog. So my name is Kat Bettger, and I miss you and I love you, and I really hope that you enjoy this practice. I hope this practice restores not only your body and your mind, but your soul as well. So let's get started. So for this practice, you're going to need a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can get 2 large pillows, either from your couch cushion or from your bed. Also 2 blocks if you have those. If you don't have blocks, you can get creative with books. These are the sorts of things that I welcome you to invest in, and you can also borrow from us at the Y. So let's start just by taking a couple deep breaths together. Whenever I practice at home, I usually always have a diffuser going. I grab oils from my bag. Let's see, I'm going to do rose and frankincense today. And I like to put these just on the inside of my arm or the outside of my arm. Rose, oil of divine love, and frankincense, oil of truth. So these are really nice to have when you're practicing at home. So also be sure to have some water nearby. Quiet your space, clean up a little bit, quiet your phone, let your family know. And then I'd like you to just make your way onto your back, please. So I'm by my fireplace. I have my fire going. So you'll start just on your back with your knees bent. And let your ankles be just about close enough so that you can touch your heels with your fingertips. And then feel contact with the ground. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. And just close your eyes and take about 10 deep breaths. And if you would, allow your inhales to be about a 4-count breath. And allow your exhales to be about a 6-count breath. I don't think I can underestimate the power of just lying down intentionally. If you need to let the dog out or attend to a child, do so. And then I'd like for you to take your arms out into a T and turn your palms up, please. From here, drop your knees to the right. Gaze to your left. Soften the shoulders. And breathe. When you're ready, draw your knees back to center. Now drop both knees to the left, gaze to the right, and feel the shoulder just get heavy. And then close your eyes and return your attention to your breathing. Good. Gently come back to center. And now draw both knees into your chest. Let your feet get soft. And then feel a deep fold in the hips. So you can bring your knees a little bit closer. Wrap your arms around a little bit more firmly. And just feel the ground as your support, as your boundary. So in these days of being socially isolated, it's so important to give your own self the care that you've been missing from others. When we're able to care for ourselves and take care of ourselves and love ourselves, we're much more able to do that for others. So feel, if you can, contact, make a connection between your upper body and your lower body. Maybe even rock from side to side. Soften just by gently rocking from side to side, releasing tension in the low back. Your torso is about the same length as your thighs. We're really organized in a very beautiful, beautiful way. Right? Nothing in nature is perfect, but nothing in nature is careless either. There's pattern, there's intelligence. And there really is beauty in the way we've been put together and designed. All right, so go ahead and take another deep, full breath here. And then bring both feet to the ground once again. I'll just have to look at my notes. All right, so for this posture, what I'd like for you to do is take your legs into an easy cross-legged position, right? So you'll let yourself settle down. If you need, you can place a block or blocks underneath your knees so it feels relaxed. And then once you have your lower body comfortable, you'll take your upper body and you'll take your right hand and just bring it behind your head so it's on your left shoulder. So there's a cross. And then take the left hand and bring it to your right shoulder. So your head is sort of situated right in the middle. You might need to remove a ponytail. And so your lungs are lifted, your heart is lifted. And then I'd like for you to close your eyes. Return your attention to the rise and the fall of your breathing. Our breath is always available for us every moment of our lives. It's so easy to forget the breath, to take the breath for granted. But we only have so many. So may we make each breath count, each moment count. And it's through these mindfulness practices that we can employ at any time, not just on the yoga mat, that really give us the juice of our life, that allow us to have a deeper expanse of joy, an ability to tolerate, handle, and experience the dark side, the darknesses in our life, the pain that none of us can escape, but that we can endure and learn from and grow from. So I'd like for you to switch the cross of the feet, cross of the arms. And of course you can do this without the cross, but there's a substantiation that happens when there's contact like this, when we bind and cross-reference and experience the midpoint, the balance point. So just as it's not really healthy to stay in the negative, we can't have all positivity all the time. So I'd like you to take a moment here to simply notice where you are on that scale. If you're feeling very negative today, instead of feeling as if you need to leap into the positive, maybe ask yourself instead, what's the next best feeling I could be feeling right now? And slowly, 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 breath by breath, moment by moment, choice by choice, we can elevate. And the quickest way from negativity to positivity is through the pathway of gratitude. Taking the time to count the blessings and to share. So you can gently release the cross, make your way on up to a seat, and take your hands behind you, bring your feet about mat distance apart, and just gently drop one knee and the other and rock from side to side, side. And go nice and slow, nice and easy. All right, so from here, what I'd like you to do is take your right foot just like so, and situate yourself so that you're feeling a little lift. So there's a lifting that's happening. And just gently press the hands forward, sit up a little bit straighter, and you're going to feel a nice stretch through this outer hip. And then I'd like for you to gently switch to the opposite side. Same thing. You're going to just lift up to deepen the stretch through the hip. So you can't really tell from this angle so much, but my ankle is actually quite steady and stable. This provides a nice boundary. So keep lifting up through the heart. This will deepen the stretch. And then gently release. And sit up nice and straight. So we're going to take about 10 minutes or so to meditate. Meditation is a very, very simple practice. The only thing that is required of us is to sit and to breathe. So in order to sit well, it's nice to have a good setup. So you want your knees to be lower than your hips. And so instead of placing blocks underneath your knees, I'd like for you to sit up higher if your knees are high. Right? So you'll sit up on something, and you can even come to a seat or to a couch or to a chair. All right. So you'll situate yourself and feel your sitting bones make contact with the cushion that you're sitting on. I happen to have a nice birthday present from my husband. So I'm going to use this. This is actually a little bit high for me, but it's also really nice to have a little bit of space. So I'm going to sit up on my cushion. I'm going to make contact. You kind of want your hips to be a bit on a downward slope because life is a little easier on a downward slope. But you want to have some stability in your low back. So if you think of the base of your pelvis, your sitting bones, your tailbone, your pubic bone, and finding the sort of balance between those 4 points. Right? So you're situating yourself kind of right in the middle. And then you'll lift through the spine, relax through the shoulders, lift up through the crown of the head. And just take the time to give yourself a posture, to give a little formality to this experience. And then close your eyes. Keep it really, really simple and just listen for the sound of your breathing. If you'd like, you can work with a breath count, 4 in, 6 out, or any measure that works for you. It's also really nice to give yourself a measure so that it has a beginning, the experience of the middle, and an end. So that can be any number of breaths. It could be 5 or 10 minutes, or it could be the length of a song. Which is the measure that I'm going to choose. I'd like for you to just close your eyes. Enjoy 3 breaths to feel centered and grounded. And then begin by entering into a state of gratitude. And you can do this by simply in your mind listing everything, everyone for which you feel gratitude. You can feel a sense of gratitude for your house, your family, food in the fridge, water from the faucet, a clear, crisp, blue sky day, your children, your friends, your family, your cat, your dog, the birds. And just take a few minutes here, just simply list in your mind all the blessings. And just notice how your body feels when you're in a state of gratitude. And now I'd like for you to consider the opposite. And I'd like for you to create some space for forgiveness. So over the next little bit of time, I'd like for you to list in your mind anyone, anything, any situation that has caused you harm, that has hurt you in some way, some injustice or some suffering. Consider anyone who may have hurt you, consciously or unconsciously, that may have caused pain or suffering. Simply list them. And if emotion arises, if tears come to the surface, that is your body's way of clearing, cleansing. The tears are the cleansers. We must feel it to heal it. As cliche as that sounds, it is truth. Now, I'd like for you to release and to forgive. Start first by forgiving yourself for any wrongdoing, anything intentional or unintentional, any mistakes. Because we all have them. We all have missteps. And I'd like for you, again first, to say either out loud or just in your mind, I forgive myself. And then I'd like for you to go through your list. Forgive each person, each thing. And just because we forgive does not mean we have to forget, though sometimes it does. Forgiveness is about releasing the hook, letting go. And then I'd like for you to imagine just a good feeling between the two of you. And for some, this might be very easy to forgive, to let go, to release. And for others, it might be more difficult. So take your time. It doesn't all have to happen today. Just create a good feeling. Forgive and ask for forgiveness. And then I'd like for you to return again to a state of gratitude. Feeling a sense of lightness and freedom that comes from intentionally forgiving and releasing. And I'd like for you to rest here in this state of gratitude for as long as you'd like. I'd like for you to gently just place your left hand on your heart. Honor your willingness to be present to look, to listen, to feel and to experience, and then to make a choice. Because we always have a choice. Today, in this moment, I'm choosing lightness and freedom. Choosing justice, sweetness, and I'm choosing love. Please take your hands to your heart. Gently bow your head. May these practices bring restoration to you. May these practices restore your place in your family and your community. And may these practices fortify you so that when it's time for us to come back together, or even now, that we can come back with fullness, with peace, and with a choice in the direction of love. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I'm so deeply grateful for you. We are just before Mother's Day, and for the mothers out there, I think we deserve an extra special Mother's Day, especially ones with little ones home from school. We're all learning a new way. So if you're a mother, thank you. If you have a mother, thank your mother. If you have a strained relationship with your mother, could you forgive? If your mother is no longer with us, could you take a moment to send up gratitude? And to our Mother Earth, may we take care of her and all the ways in which the mother archetype is felt and experienced in our lives. May we give thanks. May we be grateful. Namaste. So thank you so very much. Have a beautiful day.